Okay, see, it's August 10th, 2011, and it's 10:14 p.m. That would be Pacific time, because I think I set this to Pacific time here in San Francisco. But just real quick, see Mars in Cancer, 5 degrees. See Pluto in Capricorn at 5 degrees. This is like conflict, okay? An opposition. An opposition, I say, is an opportunity to find a middle ground, to find a compromise. Well, with the riots going on in London, I don't think that a middle ground or a compromise is going to be easily found. You see Moon in Capricorn at 17 degrees. Earlier, like around just after midnight, my time, um, the Moon was exactly conjunct Pluto, and so what and I'm going to be explaining in the video what happens when a quicker moving planet touches off a slower moving planet that's already in a bad aspect, you know, like this, like Uranus in Aries square. It sort of like it brings an extra focus. It rings the bells. We have this T-square going on, and the Moon came by and just said, "Is this a private fight, or can anybody join?" You know, it's like what you'd hear at pubs. So I'm just gonna drop this into the vid, and let's talk about Moon in Capricorn. Let's talk about the loss of personal freedom that Pluto in Capricorn opposing Mars in Cancer can bring. Okay. So there we go. I don't know why I forgot. I forgot that today Moon was in Capricorn. Now, I don't know why I forgot, because I'm the director of publicity and outreach for the San Francisco Astrological Society, and every Sunday I sit down and I do a weekly forecast for Twitter, and it also goes to Facebook. And I tell you, this week was really hard because there were so many things going on that getting it to 140 characters was like a neat trick. But I forgot. There were so many things going on. I forgot Moon was going into Capricorn. Now, why this is significant is because quicker moving planets that are going through some slower moving planet nasty territory, like the Uranus in Aries squared Pluto in Capricorn, that's going to be going on till 2015. Well, every time a quicker moving planet like the Moon in Capricorn or Mars in Cancer goes through a cardinal sign in the degrees that Pluto and Uranus are at, it kicks off the energy, or it increases, or draws more focus to the energy of that square. So like Moon just, like, you know, slumming around with Pluto, and Pluto is like scary kind of like transformational planet. Transformational in the sense that you'll change whether you like it or not. The type of transformation is that if you don't go along with the program of changing, Pluto doesn't like scratch off a band-aid for a week. It just goes, you know, rips it off, hair and all. Moon is your subconscious emotional knee-jerk response to things. So Moon doesn't like being in Capricorn. Moon likes being in Cancer. Moon likes being on the totally opposite end. Who's over there? Mars. More angry Mars, stewing, steaming, not liking his time in Cancer, opposed Pluto, where Moon has visited. See the connection? Because Moon rules Cancer, and Moon is also influencing Mars in Cancer every 2 days, 2.5 days. People's emotional knee-jerk subconscious response is like changing. So when we have a knee-jerk emotional response in Capricorn, and Capricorn says, I am the law, I'm the police, I'm the judge, I'm the jailer, and Pluto says, I'll control you. You can't control yourself? I'll control you. I'll bring in laws. I'll bring in the army. I'll bring in, you know, It's like, oh, there goes our civil rights out the damn window. So, with people watching the news, and the news focuses on the same horrible thing happening, even though it had happened already, and it's like, you know, it's like, how many times did we see the Twin Towers fall? A gazillion times. So that's sort of like reinforcement of, here's fear, here's instability, here's chaos. We're focusing on that. That creates a meme that goes out into the ethers through mass media, where people in Wichita, Kansas are saying, whoa, I feel suddenly very insecure, by something that happened in Brighton, you know, in England. So I think we have to be careful not to have this emotional reaction that says, bring in the law, shoot them. There's people who are writing on news threads that the army should be brought in, and all these people just should be shot. Well, that's a little severe, you know. NATO is dropping bombs on Libya and other places because the rulers were shooting their people. I don't think this is something that should happen like in the UK. What, the UK is going to have to bomb itself? No, that's not going to happen. I do think that the shakeup of the police because of the Rupert Murdoch phone hacking scandal, where the head of Scotland Yard and the guy underneath him, both of them quit because they were just like too chummy with the News Incorporated, the news corporation that was involved with the phone hacking scandal. I think that caused a little bit of a problem. I think that the cutbacks in the budget for the police, and I also think, and correct me if I'm wrong, that sometimes the police in these poor areas in London are just as rude as the yobs and scabs, you know. I mean the chavs. I mean, it's like they're just as rude, and I think that people are reacting to that. So the young people are reacting to that, as well as to lack of opportunity, lack of jobs, lack of social mobility, and the complete and utter awareness of the inequitabilities that are going on. I mean, remember, Saturn is in Libra right now. Libra is also Cardinal. It's also part of the Grand Cardinal's cross that was been going on since last year. It's saying, things ain't fair, things ain't equal. So I just want to make a note, you know, while I'm going up and down the stairs doing my laundry, that this time is difficult for a lot of people. I called my sister at work. She works at the airport, and I won't say what carrier, but she works in the room where the people who have a lot of money hang out, so they don't have to hang out with us, the great unwashed, in the regular waiting areas. So they're the posh. They're in the posh room. Well, this guy comes in, and he gets all huffy that the two televisions that are in this room, the fancy pants room, that they're both turned on to CNN. And he says, why isn't one of the TVs on Fox News? She goes, she didn't roll her eyes. I roll my eyes for her. She goes, I would gladly change the channel for you if you wish to watch Fox News. And he goes, well, it's a problem. It's a Democratic and Republican problem, and it's a right-wing versus a left-wing problem and stuff. And my sister's thinking to herself, where's my cross? Where's my steak? Where's my garland of garlic? Get away. And he wanted to argue with my sister about some sort of political thing, and she's just trying to get through her work day. Please. So I told her about the transiting planets, that, you know, just chill and be professional, because Moon in Capricorn says our emotional knee-jerk response can be professional. We can drop our personal feelings and just be serious about it. That's one of the benefits of Moon in Capricorn, especially when people are reacting to the Mars in Cancer opposition by being out of control and being rageaholics. Oh, if you haven't seen the movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? I recommend it highly. My son made me watch it. He says, this is your metaphysical homework and you have to watch it. And one of the interesting things that came across in this movie, because they were interviewing all these propeller heads and metaphysicians and religious scholars and physicists, one of the interesting things that came up, it says that when we get high, when we're addicted to rage, it affects us at a cellular level, and it upsets our ability to create the proteins that keep us healthy, like the proteins of the elasticity of our skin, the proteins of antibodies in our bloodstream, and that being rageaholics or being addicted to being in love or having these extreme emotional states is unhealthy. It hurts our body. So check out the movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? Be professional in your exchanges when people are like losing their mind and raging, and I'll just, you know, as things progress, I'm just going to keep on coming back and reminding people that if we don't control ourselves, then Pluto in Capricorn says, I'll control you. I'll take away your rights. I'll bring in martial law. You'll see police on every corner. Money that's supposed to be going into schools and roads and keeping our parks open will be going into law enforcement and the prisons more than it is now, and it's too much now. Okay? So if we don't control ourselves, Pluto in Capricorn said, I'll take over, and you won't have any rights at all. You won't have any civil liberties. So, what was it? Benjamin Franklin said that those people who sacrifice their liberty in pursuit of security deserve neither. He is a smart old fart, Benjamin Franklin, that old lech. But that's a whole other story. We'll have to do a whole video on Benjamin Franklin and his fun in Paris to the chagrin and shock of John Adams. But that's a whole another ramble. So anyway, I better go down and get finished with my wash. Just a little note.